Jeff Blagden.
I'm Sam Houpt.
And I'm the Dub.
And this is the Podvault.
Podvault After Hours.
I mean, for you, not really for me.
Aren't you guys later?
What? No. It's 5:45 here.
Well, okay, apparently I still have yet to know how time zones work.
Apparently. But we're not going to spend the whole first part of this teaching you time zones again. I mean, we've done that enough times.
We've thrown out enough podcasts from that alone.
We've wasted enough from just picking up on time zone changes. So I feel like anyone who knows me or has ever seen a picture of me or seen me eat or anything knows I'm not exactly a health nut or a gym guy. But I have been known in the past, in my glory years, to attend a gym or two.
I'm trying to picture this.
Specifically two. Like, it happened twice. And that was
what
enough
are these
for me.
glory years you're talking about?
Back in the day.
When you were the home run king or something?
Back when I was on roids, yeah. I
Oh,
was
okay.
taking the juice.
Okay, that makes sense now.
See, I didn't actually know it, though. It was snuck into my orange juice by my trainer. Yeah, those were some rough times. Trying to argue that. The court case and everything. Sat right beside Roger Clemens in that case. We had the same lawyer. I couldn't afford him.
You have trouble with people
Was
trying
Robin
to
Williams
sneak-
your attorney?
What? What does Robin Williams have to do
Go
with
on.
anything?
I was
God damn
trying
it,
to paint
Sam.
this 80s
You can't get
movie.
time zones straight, and you don't even...
My references are out of control.
I suppose. But yes, so I decided I was going to give a gym a shot here in a small town of 2,600 people. And there's some significant differences between a gym in a town of 2,600 people and a gym in a town or city of 500,000 people. As you might tell that there are differences with everything. 10 out of 10 will not go to a small town gym again. It's not happening. There's this thing about a small town gym that is different than a big one. I guess there's a few things, but there's some big ones for me. Obviously, they're smaller. Now, the problem with that is that there's a limited amount of equipment, and you feel like if you want to use that equipment, you now have to butt in on someone else. Where in Hamilton, it's just like, oh yeah, no, that's open. I'm gonna go use that, and we're good. Like, I don't know what it does, but I feel like if I push it in some way or pull it, I'm gonna get some exercise done. I'm gonna start to sweat, and then things are gonna be great, right? That's why you go to the gym, right? So,
Does your small town operate on the same rules where if you butt in on a machine, then you kind of have to relinquish your rights and you have to now spot that person if they ask?
what the fuck is that a rule?
This is an unsung rule among city gyms where if you're butting in a machine, you're now buddied with that person for the next at least hour and a half.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds like literal hell.
It's awful. It's really awful. You have to make conversation mid-workout. You just have to pretend to be friends. It's not a good time.
Is this why people go to the gym together when they go? Like, they go in groups? Like, I always notice people that go to the gym make this, like, a big group activity. Like, oh, yeah, you want to watch me push things, pull heavy things?
And get
Well,
sweaty?
the alternative is to look as standoffish as possible. That's why I'm, like, blasting music, and I just look like an overall angry person so that to prevent this from happening. It does not act as a deterrence, though. It happens regardless.
See, that's the thing, too, with the small gym, though, is that, like, looks-wise, everyone that is in the gym looks like they should be in the gym. Like, there's no other scrawny guys, there's no fat guy, there's no token old guy that is, like, using the same machine every day for, like, 14 hours straight like there is in the big-town gyms and that. You know, the guy that you're like, man, this guy's gonna fall over and faint because he's, like, 87 and he's been running on that treadmill for literally 4 hours straight. Like, I've been sitting here at the Booster Juice for the last 3 hours, and he's been running on that treadmill the whole time. Because that's what I do at gyms. I just sit at the Booster Juice that's built in, which there isn't one, might I add, at this gym. No Booster Juice.
You can't get a
sacrilegious.
smoothie in this town.
It's true. There's no smoothie suppliers in the entire town.
What is your cafe of choice out there? How do you get a cold, refreshing, smooth beverage?
You don't. You die.
Jesus.
We don't drink here. There's actually no water. Like, we swallow our own saliva over and over again, and that's how we feint hydration.
I got nothing for that.
I had to wait for that reaction. But yeah, no, everyone in this gym is just muscle men lifting things. And I feel like by trying to occupy a machine, I'm preventing them to doing the one thing in their life that brings joy to them. Like when I look at these people, I'm like, yeah, that's what this guy does, like, for life. He just lifts things.
Well, you're not gonna
and
ruin
puts
their
them
day.
down.
Those people are chock full of those sweet endorphins. So I don't think you giving them one moment of spatial clarity is gonna ruin their day.
Okay, but like, you know how I look, right? If I go up to a machine and there's this muscly guy lifting things, I'm gonna be like, hey, can I use that, please? And then he's gonna be like,
Well, see, my first reaction is gonna be
Fine.
like, why is Steve Jobs coming up to me at the gym?
fuck
Why
you, man.
is
Fuck you.
is he still alive now?
You're lucky you're 4,000
this-
kilometers
is-
away.
Is this an advertisement for the new iPhone X?
Fuck you, man. See, you would never do this when we were in the same room. You know
No,
I'd
of
beat
course
you up,
not. I'm a
right?
free man
Like,
now.
I don't need to go to the gym to beat you up. No, well, I mean, I need to go to the gym to beat anybody up. Let's be real. But yeah, no, like I don't like the confrontation involved in like going to the bank. Never mind asking this muscle guy to get off of this machine that he's been using for the last hour, just so I can walk up to it, take all of the weights he put on off, and like lift the bar, like and just look like a chump.
What bank are you going to where you're facing the same amount of confrontation that you are as asking someone to get off a gym machine?
You know what? I fucking love my bank in Ontario because A, there aren't any here, so I dislike that. But in Ontario, because my bank is CIBC, I don't know if I should. Whatever, I'll plug it. Why not? It's CIBC. CIBC, you want to sponsor us? Hit me up. My bank is CIBC, and all of the CIBCs in Ontario are switching so that there are no human tellers anymore. They're all just machines. You go up to the machine, and I'm like, yes, this is life. Like this is the only thing I have ever wanted from a bank is them to just get rid of all the people.
I just assumed BC had gone back to fur trading, and I thought that's where you were getting your main source of
Well, we certainly don't make
hostility.
money. So, I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to be being paid in, but it's not money.
Well, in case you forget, money can be exchanged for goods and services, and that's where we'll start. If you have any questions, you can feel free to ask, as I do still live in civilization, and I'm very keen on giving away our information.
I feel like we just went over the point that I don't want to ask anyone for information on anything. I'd rather just suffer through it and be like, no, I think this is right. This is okay. This is fine. And just, I don't know, just suffer. Like, not shopping, not buying food because I don't want to talk to the people at the register.
Oh, that would be the dream. You know, the thing that I would love is I heard a story a long time ago that Britney Spears has a mannequin of her body that she just sends to her favorite stores. And then once a month, they would just send her clothes that fit the mannequin.
See, but the problem is you have to have that interaction of purchasing the mannequin.
Yeah, but that's like a one-time thing, assuming you don't gain
Do
and
they
lose
send the
weight.
clothes back on the mannequin?
No, I don't think so. I think they just keep the mannequin and then they send clothes that fit to Britney Spears. And I'm a big guy, so like shopping for me is tough anyway. But I think of that and I'm like, oh, that's the dream, to have money, to just have a mannequin made that clothes would fit me perfectly, that someone could just send them to me in the mail every once in a while, something new, something hip, whatever. I don't even have to think about it. Just arrives at my house, money goes out of my checking account. Boom, done. I'm well dressed.
See, now I get
That
a lot of
sounds-
my clothes fitted too, so I have the additional awkward situation of having to stand there while someone pokes needles into me, like some weird
Yeah,
form
and
of
measures around your balls.
acupuncture, right? And they usually like kind of cup them and
Yeah.
move them around a little bit, roll them from palm to fingers. It's really weird getting fitted for clothes.
Wow,
It's,
so we go to the same tailor, hey?
right, Jim. Yeah. Uncle Jim.
I'm so glad I just
he only lets you
exploit
call him uncle.
child labor.
Whoa.
I'm so glad I can just exploit the child
That's-
labor and not go through the sexual harassment when I'm getting my clothes fitted.
That's right. The 6-year-old
Thanks for making
boy
me
is
feel
cupping
better,
your
Jeff.
balls.
That's going into the clips that I'm cutting out and just using for blackmail from now on. I forget what the one last week was, but it's joining that that folder of black. I just have a folder on my desktop called Blackmail for Sam, just in case I ever need to blackmail. You never know when you need to blackmail somebody, right?
That's fair. I respect that.
Right. I just have a
Do you
folder
think?
on my
Do you
desktop for
think
every
Britney
person.
Spears ever misses her mannequins? Do you think she ever gets attached to one of them?
Like you're implying that they live with her for a period of time before she sends them out to Calvin Klein or Tommy Hilfiger or whatever.
Well, I'm assuming the way it works is that she sends her new favorite manufacturer a mannequin, and then they get to keep that mannequin. You know, when the new clothes come in, they got to make sure it fits Britney Spears by testing on the mannequin that they now own. So I'm assuming she has some sort of reserve of mannequins. I'm assuming she doesn't just get them made immediately. So she's got
just like a landfill pit full of Britney Spears mannequins.
She's conscious. She's thrifty, so she knew that the best deal was to get 100 of them, not 10. So I see what you're saying. Like she went to the Costco of mannequin makers, got a whole.
Isn't this how Terminator started?
With Britney Spears mannequins?
Something like that.
Specifically? Just that's maybe.
Oh my God!
Maybe that's
No,
the new
no.
one. I don't know.
It's the fembot from Austin Powers. Literally, Britney Spears was one of them.
Is anyone else just creeped out by the fact that these like retail suppliers now just have these Britney Spears mannequins? Like, who takes the mannequin? Like, what do they do with it after that? Does like the owner just take the mannequin home and now he's got a Britney Spears mannequin laying around his house?
Like, does Calvin Klein have a Britney Spears mannequin in his house that he stares at or does ungodly things to when nobody's around?
Maybe to be fair, Britney Spears has a Calvin Klein mannequin.
Yeah, like it's just, I'll give you yours if you give me mine sort of a situation.
Exactly.
That makes a lot of sense to me, Sam.
That makes no fucking sense to me. What's so fucking ever? Like, what the shit?
It's a power balance, Jeff, all right? It's a give and take, all right? It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. You got to share your mannequins if you hope to make mannequins.
Yeah, I'll trade you my mannequin of an attractive female for your mannequin of an old, crumpled up gay dude. Like, I don't know if Calvin Klein's
Can
gay
I have
or
your
not,
holographic Pamela Anderson?
Holographic? Whoa. Now we're going into like 2037. Ah, fuck. I don't know where I was going for a year on that one.
37 maybe?
The distant future of 2037.
And
Right?
which Pamela Anderson is it? Is it like Pamela Anderson circa now or circa like 25 years ago?
Like, how many boob jobs?
Well, that raises the next question. Does Britney Spears have to send them a new mannequin if she, like, I don't know, I wouldn't say lost a limb because they could easily do that to the current mannequin, but say she dove back into her, party ways and she, lost some weight or gained some weight. Do they have to
arm? Like, what are we?
Yes, in the mannequin war, Jeff, pay attention.
No, I think I'm picking up what you're putting down. Like, say she starts doing cocaine or something. She slims.
Exactly. I didn't want to use the word, but if she started, doing blow like her Britney Spears way.
Why did you just turn to a Boston accent there? Like, what?
Britney Spears.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The Britney Spears way. You'd have to have a fucking. The fucking Britney Spears way.
Would they have to alter the mannequin, Jeff? All right? Answer the question. I know you know.
I'm still stuck on the fucking limb thing. Like, what? She started doing cocaine, so she lost a fucking arm because of it? Like, what?
She lost it in, like, some sort of drug raid-related accident.
Tetanus from the needle.
Jamie Lynn took a bullet for her. Who knows?
For some reason, my head auto-corrected that to Jamie Foxx.
Well,
Jamie Foxx took a
Maybe he would, right?
Maybe Jamie Foxx and Britney Spears are actually really close. To be fair, we don't know.
So then this brings up another problem then. If you are a celebrity who kind of fluctuates weight-wise, does this not mean you'd have to be talking to someone constantly to keep remaking your mannequin that you then send out to everybody, which would sort of make it redundant in the first place because you have to continue to talk to somebody to make something for you, which is what you want to avoid?
Well, it's funny that you asked that because we actually have Jonah Hill on the line right now. No, we don't.
So either they're making the mannequins cheap enough that they can alter them and send them new ones and throw out the old ones and it won't be a big deal, or they're making mannequins so high tech that they can alter their body weight with the press of a button. It like expands open like you're wearing like a scuba gear vest.
I love how you said so high tech.
Or maybe
but
the mannequins are
that's
made out of, like,
legit like an air
T1000s.
mattress. Like it's not really high tech. That's like actually what air mattresses do. You push a button and they blow up. Like this isn't like the epitome of the tech here. Like it takes more tech to make the fucking mannequin than it takes to be able to make it expand in size. Like that's not. This isn't the point we should be getting caught up on here. We should be getting caught up on why the fuck there's mannequins of Britney Spears in these random people's houses because they get to keep these stupid mannequins after they fit clothes for her.
And why don't they just make the mannequins blow-up dolls? That if she's like, hey, I put on 20 pounds, they just add a bit of air.
Because if you call them blow-up dolls, then people are just going to want to...
You don't call them that, but that's what it is. It's you call a thing what it is. But she wouldn't necessarily. Anyway, I digress.
All right. Well, fucking hipsters, right?
Do you think Britney Spears' mannequin could unlock Britney
No,
Spears'
no,
iPhone
no.
X with its Face ID scan technology?
Hold on, there's a question.
I don't know, Sam.
And a
let's
transition,
fucking ask
Jeff.
Britney Spears. Like, what? Well, what we're talking about celebrities anyway. It's ironic that Tanner isn't here for this because he's the one who prompted me to talk about it here. Anyway, but I have a little bit of a tie with a celebrity. I guess you could call him a celebrity. I mean, he's probably got more
Like
Twitter
a
followers than
Canadian
me.
Steve
Celebrity?
Jobs?
No. He's not a Canadian celebrity. He's more like he's a celebrity in the same way that I don't know that remember Hillary Duff's sister was a celebrity for like a year.
All right, fair
This is the
enough.
same way as that. Like it's like a distant
Hillary
thing.
Duff has
So,
a sister?
What?
Yeah, they did that Our Lips Are Sealed thing together.
That's
That's right. That was a perfect reproduction of the song there by Jeff
Right.
Blagden.
exactly how she sounds. Sounds like a fucking donkey strangling on a dick. That's
Wow.
her.
Jesus.
It's harsh.
I don't know. Fuck. I haven't heard the song in like
I think it was
37
better
years.
than that, but anyway.
Only slightly. Just a little bit. But okay, so the celebrity, right. So everyone knows who James Franco is, right? The fucking shitbag. And everybody knows who Dave Franco is, the much more attractive Franco and better actor.
Wait, do you have beef with James Franco?
Ugh, don't even get me started. Okay, so everyone knows James and Dave Franco, but not everybody knows that they actually have an older brother named Tom Franco. Now, Tom Franco is not an actor. Tom Franco is an artist that, because he's related to Dave and James Franco, has been in like bit roles in a couple of films, which means
Are you
he
implying
has
that acting is an
IMDb
art?
page. I'm implying fuck you, Sam. Let me finish the story. So
Go on.
there's- So as you know, everybody who's ever been in a second and a half of a film or a TV show has an IMDb page. So Tom Franco has an IMDb page. Now, I don't know how I got to Tom Franco's IMDb page one day, but I did. And there was, I guess it probably asks it on all of them, but there's this little section that says Tom Franco's manager, ? Click here. And I guess like most people, their manager has already like filled in that role or that slot, so that doesn't exist. But because Tom Franco is Tom Franco, it wasn't filled. So I clicked on it because what the fuck? Why not? And it asked me for like email and stuff like that. And I went through it and I put it all in and it fucking let me become Tom Franco's manager.
Congratulations.
So for about 9 months, I was Tom Franco's manager on IMDb. As far as anyone was concerned, when you went to IMDb's page, it said I was Tom Franco's manager. So if you wanted to send Tom Franco a fucking part that you wanted him to try out or audition for, then you would send that to me, because I guess that's how IMDb works. I don't know. But for about 9 months, it was like that until I randomly got an email one day saying your IMDb account has been banned for impersonating a management professional.
For
What?
impersonating
But it was
Jeff
asking
Blagden.
you. It was asking you. All right. It was asking a request of you. You filled the role pretty generously, better than his actual manager. I'd say you are much more qualified to be Tom Franco's manager than whichever scam artist is doing the job now.
Do you think Tom Franco actually has a manager?
Yeah, it's James.
Oh my God.
Oh shit.
You just want to give Tom Franco roles and auditions just so you can talk to James because he's his manager? That'd be strange. Just so you have a role for Tom? What? No, I just saw your number. Figured I'd call, see how you were doing.
Did you get anyone calling or send you an email like, hey, we'd love to have Tom by for an audition?
Not a single fucking one.
Oh,
Not
poor Tom.
In those 9 months, the only email I got regarding it was the one from IMDb saying I was banned.
I just assumed in Hollywood that's how they would find casting directors and managers, is by looking on IMDb.
When all else fails, right?
Right.
You go through your Rolodex and you're like, well, nope. And then you pull out your abacus and you throw a few back on that and you
Do
go,
some
no,
calculations.
not sure which one it is there. And then I don't know, you do some other ancient form of shit that nobody does anymore. And then you go on IMDb and you're like, well, it says here that his manager is this guy named Jeff Blagden in Hamilton, Ontario. So let's fucking
Do you
give him
think
an
that was a
email.
weird day? Do you think that was a weird day for the Francos, where Disaster Artist is getting some Oscar buzz? It's two Francos and they're both in the same movie as leading roles, and they're like, let's get Tom Franco in this. Just have a big family smorgasbord of Francos in there. And they're like, all right, we'll call up Tom's manager, and they call and. Or they send him a message on IMDb, and they're like, but wait, that's not that, huh? And then for a moment, they just couldn't decide whether or not to fire the real guy.
I love the implication that Dave and James are his brothers, but they would be going on IMDb to contact his manager to ask him to be in the movie.
Well, and if we keep with what I said earlier, James doesn't recognize that he's his brother's manager. So they're like, wait a minute, Jeff Blagden's not me. I'm not Jeff Blagden.
He calls up, I answer, hello, is this James Franco? Is this James Franco? Yes, why are you asking? Because you asked me if I was you. You're not James Franco. No, you're James. What the fuck is going on?
I feel like if you pitched this as a movie idea to James Franco, he would 100% get behind it.
Oh yeah, but he's playing both roles.
Yeah.
He's playing James Franco and Jeff Blagden.
That's right.
Basically, if you ever see an ad on IMDb saying James Franco ? Absolutely click that, because I think at that point you become James Franco.
James Franco isn't just a single person. He's like James Bond. Everyone just takes up. They become the
it's a
next
title.
James Franco. You know what though? James Franco is so like perma baked at this point that you could probably tell that to him and he'd believe it. So I feel like this is definitely a possibility. And we just pitched a movie that could probably be a real thing. I mean, if Tusk was a movie, I feel like this can be a movie. Like, come on. What would you call it? James Franco squared? I don't know. Like, all right. I'm going to figure this out, and that's going to be the podcast name. The episode name is whatever I can come up with for the name to this James Franco thing.
The famed Francos?
The famed Francos.
The framed Franco.
The framed Franco could work because he's being framed as someone else who is also played by James Franco. I feel like the
Franco's a
tagline
good
for the
one.
movie. Framing Franco, starring James Franco and James Franco as James Franco, directed by James Franco.
Yeah.
And it's just every role in the entire movie is just played by James Franco. It'd be like a one-man show, and everyone would be like, "Oh, we got to give him an Oscar for this. This is just fantastic." Everyone's like, "What are you talking about? This movie is shit." Yeah, but he played every role. He deserves an Oscar. Fuck James Franco. Anyway, while we're on the topic of movies, Kevin Trevorrow was fired from Star Wars Episode 9 last week, and then we found out this week that J.J. Abrams would be retaking his role as director of Star Wars Episode 9, as he did for The Force Awakens. Now, I'm wondering when or how long it's going to take the conspiracy theory to pop up that Kevin Trevorrow didn't really step down. He was canned as soon as they realized that J.J. Abrams was on the table again.
Okay, you're gonna have to catch me up back on this the director buzz, because I know like 2 directors stepped down from episode 8, I think, and then one got reinstated. I have no idea at what point what directors were where.
Well, okay. So the problem is Kevin Trevorrow was linked to this movie like 3 years ago, and it's not even going to start being made for another year from now.
Okay.
And he gave reasoning for his stepping down. It was kind of just like creative direction and the usual reasons, the usual bullshit reasons people tell you.
Yeah, the fake shit. Yeah,
I had creative differences with some of the stars of the movie. Yeah, fuck you. You just, I don't know. But so he stepped down, and the thing with Disney that you gotta understand is that there is never a Disney movie that I can at least think of, at least a live action Disney movie that has the same director when it ends up going to the screen as it did when it was first announced. They just kind of like cycle through people like I don't know, like Britney Spears mannequins. They just like, they go through them like crazy. So they're back to J.J. Abrams now, who everyone kind of wanted to be on episode 8 until they saw The Force Awakens, and everyone became crybabies and thought it was too much like episode 4, even though that was what they were asking for the whole time. But that's Star Wars fans for you. They don't actually know what they want. They just know how to complain about things, and then they shell out, $1 billion to see the movie anyway. So it doesn't matter the movie could be a piece of fucking garbage, and it's going to be one of the best selling movies of all time. But with J.J. Abrams back, I'm okay with it. I like it because if there's 2 things, say what you want about J.J. Abrams. If there's 2 things that he knows, it's Star Wars and sci-fi movies. So I'm okay with it. What slightly puts me off is that he's really great at starting off franchises, but he seems to be pretty awful at finishing them. And that's kind of what they're asking him to do, although not really, because if anyone actually believes that episode 9 is going to be the last Star Wars movie, then they're fucking baked, because that's not going to happen. It's a trash pile of money that's just waiting to be excavated, I suppose.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, because doesn't it kind of doesn't it kind of send a dangerous precedent? Like, if Disney's so willy-nilly with directors, it sounds like it doesn't even matter what director they're gonna pick. It feels like that, like, the studio heads at Disney are gonna be calling the final shots no matter what.
Well, that's pretty much how it is. It's how Disney's done it for so long, and they've been pretty successful at doing it. So I don't think anyone's going to call them out for the way that they manage their movies at this point. I mean, look at how successful they've been with all the Marvel crap that they've put out, and those things alter directors like mad.
Right, but I guess at that point it doesn't matter what director you have. It's going to be the studio's final call anyway. So
I don't know,
because
because
getting excited.
Because back to the Marvel thing, not so much on the Star Wars point, but I will actually touch on a Star Wars point relating to that too, though. But back to the Marvel point is that all of the people that have been involved in those movies always come out and say how shocked they are at how much creative freedom Disney gave them on them. And I remember at one point, it was one of the big things. I can't remember who it was, but it was someone who worked on both one of the DC adaptations and one of the Marvel ones. And he came out and he said that it was amazing how tight the leash was with the DC stuff compared to the Marvel stuff. Like, they would just let the directors and the writers do their thing, and they'd kind of sit out on it and just look at the final product and what they wanted to do and just make sure that everything made sense continuity-wise. Like, that's pretty much the only hand that Kevin Feige and Disney in general had in them, was to just make sure that the continuity was intact and everything. Whereas the DC stuff clearly doesn't give a shit about continuity, but likes to micromanage all of the work. And back to the Star Wars point, J.J. Abrams, when he did Episode 7, when he did The Force Awakens, apparently had complete freedom on what he wanted to do for that, too. Because you could tell he did, too, because he is admittedly a massive Star Wars fan, and he pretty much put out a remake of A New Hope. So you could tell that was a J.J. Abrams image. So I don't think the issue is going to be behind Disney trying to micromanage everything.
I think Star Wars needs more top 40 pop songs in there, just to diversify the soundtrack.
Star Wars needs more Blue Suede.
Yes.
Ugh. I don't...
More, what is it, Seven Nation Army? Yeah. And Bohemian Rhapsody, I think, would be very good in a Star Wars type setting.
I think that if you take a Star Wars movie that is of the main line and you take John Williams out of it, that people will riot.
I mean, I would...
I mean, one day he's gonna die, but and they're still gonna be making Star Wars movies. But maybe they'll maybe he's like Prince, and he just has a vault full of composed music specifically for Star Wars movies that they'll pull out and just play.
I feel like John Williams is easy enough to kind of mimic at this point.
I don't know about that.
Right? Is that taboo to say? Because you listen to Star Wars and certain scenes sound very, very Harry Potter, and you can kind of like identify what's kind of happening, like what the similarities are between the two like IPs in terms of music anyway. Like I feel like if he had a protege, he could very well, or they could very well take up the reins.
I mean, part of the good thing with Star Wars, though, too, is that at least for the way that they normally do things, I don't know if they're going to try to change it up under Disney, but they haven't so far, even though we're only one movie in, is that generally the individual characters have their own kind of theme thing. And then there's the main theme for the movie and that, and then you have kind of just the build-up stuff and anticipation stuff that really doesn't require John Williams. But like if you kick off a new trilogy, but he does the themes for the characters, you can kind of just take those and recycle those movie to movie, right? Even though one of the big things with John Williams is that he does record like live stuff for each movie, like in the studio when they come out. But I feel like if worse comes to worse and you need to, you can grab that stuff and plug it in. As far as replicating him, I don't know if anyone can do what John Williams does.
I mean, like, what's the? If I asked you to like to, not hum, but like off the top of your head, like what's the main new theme from Force Awakens that you remember? Like.
Probably Rey's theme song.
Yeah, it's Rey's theme with the flute. Like it's that.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the main standard.
But
I feel like
it's
they
not
use
so
it a
much.
lot.
It's not so much you. Well, she's the main fucking character. Obviously, they use it a lot, and it's her character theme. It's
Right.
like Binary Sunset in the original trilogy. That was Luke Skywalker's theme. Is what played fucking a lot. Or the whatchamacallit?
The
Imperial March, which was Darth Vader's theme, and it would play every time Darth Vader came in. So, like, yeah, you're going to hear it a lot, but it's not so much that replicating what's already there, it's making new stuff that sounds like John Williams stuff. That's the problem. Because, like, no one else would have composed that. Like, I can't think of anyone off the top of my head that would have done as John Williams of a job as John Williams did in creating the new music for the new trilogy.
Do you think Disney gets final shots on the music too?
I don't think anyone fucks with John Williams.
You think he just gets you think he gets more control than the director does in terms of like
the music? Yeah, I think at this point it's just that. Yeah, it's John Williams has made this, and they're like, oh, okay, well that's the song we're using.
That's pretty awesome to think about.
I mean, the dude's got what, like 12 Oscars, like.
Because who was the guy that left? What was it?
Kevin Trevorrow.
Trevorrow, yeah. Like, Trevorrow can leave at Disney and be like, all right, see ya. JJ, you want back in? He's like, yeah. But John Williams threatened to leave, and, like, I feel like the whole studio would just have a meltdown.
That's the thing, too, is J.J. Abrams wanted out. Like, the reason he wasn't on Episode 8 is because he only wanted to do one, because in his words, he didn't want to fuck up Star Wars. right? But now he's back. So I feel like if Disney could have had their way, it would have been J.J. Abrams episode 7, J.J. Abrams episode 8, J.J. Abrams episode 9. And that's why I brought up the whole thing of he was on the table. Sorry, Kevin. You're gone.
Boy, Kevin.
Yeah. So about your luck, Kevin. Anyway, so fucking hipsters, right? I feel like it's time. I feel like we hit on that enough. So I was on the internet the other day.
As you do.
Hell of a place. I forget what I was searching. I think I had like a migraine or something. So I did the stupid thing of searching, what should I eat to get rid of a migraine? Because it's fucking 2017. Fuck you. So I did that. Fucking earthquake, apparently. So I did that. And the top result after I typed in what to eat to was what to eat to get pregnant. So of course I was like, fuck it, I'm doing this. I'm going down the rabbit hole here.
I want to know.
Right? And like my first question when I see that is like in your mouth, because I think I have some news for you on how childbirth works. You don't eat anything. It just I mean not in your mouth anyway. I mean a part of you, I guess, eats something.
Well, no, you devour a stork egg, and then the stork gets terrified and brings you a human child.
Is there actually a food that can help you get pregnant? Like,
Is there? What did you find? What were your findings?
oh, like the post was just like people making fun of the person who asked the question, obviously, because it's the internet.
Because they're dodging the question.
People aren't actually
avoiding the real issue.
helpful on the internet, all right? That would deplete the purpose of the internet.
So what do you eat to get pregnant? I'm very curious.
Fucking cum, but in your vagina? Like I don't,
Jesus.
like it's not.
This is Podvault After Hours. Looking for comedy, got raw, raunchy facts with Jeff Blagden.
That'd be a good show title. This is no longer a Podvault. This is Raw Raunchy Facts with Jeff Blagden.
Oh God. Here's the thing. Isn't there, and I don't know how true this is, but isn't there stuff you can eat that apparently makes your juice taste different? Have you heard this before?
Yes, for sure. Fruit.
Yeah,
I know
if you eat more
absolutely.
fruits and vegetables, apparently it tastes different than if you're just sucking down steaks all day.
I feel it's the natural sugars, right? It's the natural sugars that affect chemicals, and the chemicals, they reveal themselves, or they can, as different tastes.
So I guess the
feel like that
question
makes-
is, can a man eat something that somehow affects his sperm? I don't know, to swim faster or better?
I
Maybe
feel like
that's a stupid question.
I feel like there is, but I feel like that's just kind of being healthy. Like,
Yeah,
if you're a healthy
right?
person, you're more likely to. I don't know. I'm
like
not,
if you do coke, do your sperm also are like, yeah, let's do this, and then they're just like gun towards everything and.
Hell yeah! I feel like if I'm consuming more iron, then my seed is pumping that iron, therefore being stronger, faster, better, stronger.
I'm just picturing sperm with massive biceps on the side.
Absolutely.
Roided out
Absolutely.
sperm.
Right?
You don't have to picture it.
Like circa 2007 Mark McGuire sperm, just.
One sperm impregnates 70 eggs.
A busy guy.
I've the doctor just like, ma'am, I've got good news and bad news. What's that? Well, the good news is you're pregnant. The bad news is you're gonna die. What? Why? Because you're pregnant with 37 children.
We got a rogue sperm. He's a loose cannon. We got to put him down.
What that even 37 like.
Like, he just hangs out in there and lives all that. So he's been alive for 37 months.
Triceplets?
Oh, good God.
I guess is that the term triceplets? I don't know. Triceptuplets.
Triceptuplets.
I don't know if you have 37 kids at once. If you're pregnant with 37,
Tricept.
because like quintuplets would be 4, so theoretically septuplets. would be
7.
7, right?
But does the try make it 30, or is it just like 3 times 7?
So 21. 21. Either way.
I don't know. Either way, it's a lot.
Either way, you're dead. Like, I'm pretty sure you
There's
can't
a show
give
for you,
birth-
AMC. All right.
Yeah. Mother of 37 at once. Just
37 orphans.
fucking lady, we're gonna have to chop off the bottom half of your body to get these kids out. Like, it's not.
And here's the source of the drama. It's actually 36 orphans because she chooses one, and the rest have to.
That's the show.
That's
It's a
the-
reality
holy
show.
shit.
And
36
each week she kicks off another one of the 37 kids.
Survive.
Erase this podcast. We can't let this get out.
That's such a.
Wow. She reads it, and the worst part is the other children vote each other off. So it's not even really.
This sounds like a Brothers Grimm fairy tale.
Now, how long are we gonna have to wait? Because, like, if they're voting each other off, they're gonna have to be like what, at least 4, right? Like, to be able to write the other people's names. I'm assuming, unless they don't have names and they're all just 1, 2.
Well,
3.
that's the onus for why she does it. Is she's spent 4 years of her life raising 37 children, and is like, guys, I can't deal with this fucking shit anymore. I need to have one kid that I raise till he's 18 or 20, or he or she. I'm not giving away what the sex of the baby is. But anyway, the rest of you are gonna vote on who that is.
Mom,
competition
it's been
series.
4 years, and the only thing you've been able to get done in that time is teach us how to write names.
Imagine the fucking child support.
Huh. Write names, you say?
So,
Everyone pass around these pieces of paper.
this week, 34 is gone. Sorry, 34. Put out
Ah,
your
he's my
candle.
favorite.
Or like,
The albino one.
what are those?
Hope he makes it.
Fuck. What are those things that above the cribs that, like?
A mobile?
Is that what they're called? I thought maybe.
Is it a mobile? Like the thing that
That's
like
a mobile. Yeah.
maybe.
it moves, it
All right,
makes noise.
So they'd be like, and this week, 34. I'm sorry, you will be no longer taking part. Please take down your mobile. And he just takes it off from above the crib, walks out with his head down low, grabs one of those like old school clowny like sticks with the bag on the end, and just walks out.
Instead of an immunity challenge, they have an immunization challenge.
Oh.
And this week, 32 gets his shots.
Oh man.
There's actually only 20 weeks of the show because like
Yeah,
every other show one dies from some sort of disease.
That's right.
And from smallpox, it's scurvy this week.
And this week, Charlie, who's unvaccinated, does he die? Tune in this week.
Spoiler, he does.
And then the only one left is number 7, and he has his memory erased, and then gets adopted into a normal family, and that's how all orphanages operate.
Twist ending. The mom doesn't even get to keep the kid she chose.
Twist ending. All the kids rebel at the end and kill the mom.
Holy shit.
Right?
Oh, Lord.
Right?
I'd watch the show. Not now because I know how it ends,
Well, yeah.
but
Yeah.
that'd be a satisfying and macabre ending to that show.
The best episode is like week 13 when the Black Plague runs through the runs through the cast.
On this
Oh, I
week,
thought that was the name of one of the kids, Black Plague.
wow.
Just start running out of names. This one's Table. I can't come up with 37 names. Come on. Like, I can barely come up with 2. Like, that one's Bill, that one's Bob. The rest of them, you're fucking SOL.
You're 27. You're 28.
You're Cheeseburger. I don't know. Like, just random fucking bullshit names. Anyway, I don't know how we... Oh, the pregnant thing. What do you eat to get pregnant? I guess that's how we got to this. Fucking...
Well, I guess
Way
you sort of gave the answer. You're like, if you're a healthy person,
Yeah,
then-
but that's...
then-
I feel like it would have been a woman asking though. Like,
yeah, but regardless, a healthy person, their body's more efficient. It would probably be easier for a woman who's healthy to get pregnant and to carry a baby to term and give birth to a baby, right? So if she's just healthy, She's at a healthy weight. She eats fruits and vegetables. I don't know, whatever healthy things you're supposed to do. He's looking it up now, folks.
Yeah. I'm gonna see what let's see.
WebMD.
5 changes to your diet to make now if you're trying to conceive.
Oh, goodness.
Thebabycenter.org. All right, blueberries.
You know, okay. You know what? Google was trying to send you a message. What did you eat to get rid of your migraine?
What is happening?
Is
they playing us off?
I couldn't find out where that was coming from. So I just closed the browser.
Wow. Is this a new character's theme song? Are they joining the podcast now? Here comes Timmy.
Apparently, we all got wrestling intros.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
All right, well, hopefully that song doesn't have any attribution rights on it.
Yeah. You get a letter.
Let's try this again. I'm going to go to a different website that hopefully doesn't have a mysterious fucking
Wow.
song playing.
If only it had been Elton John or something, hey?
Right?
You would have just let that play, though.
Oh, yeah, just let it go. Just turn it down a little bit. All right, let's see. So, apparently, folic acid. Sure.
Just eat folic acid.
Apparently. High-quality proteins.
Chug it down.
Like salmon.
Just chug down salmon.
Just liquid salmon.
Has to be salmon.
2 to 3 ounces of fish per day.
Why fish?
It sounds like per day. Like you're
I guess
eating fish every day.
Have a lot of eggs.
Like, I don't know.
Is that why you
that-
eat a fish and it adds more eggs to your stock?
No, you gain its abilities. Clearly, once you devour something, you gain its wildlife abilities.
You are what you eat.
So you swim upstream really fast and have tons of kids.
But then you die. Oh.
Well, we all do.
Yeah, but they have a shitty life, hey, salmon. They just kind of, you're born, you kind of make it to the ocean, you swim around, then you're like, time to mate, then you go back and you're like, time to die. What a
To
shitty
be
life.
real, every
a bear
animal that's
steals your
not a
friend.
human has a pretty shitty life.
Say that again, and what has a shitty life?
I said, to be fair, every animal that's not a human has a pretty shitty life.
And a lot of
I
humans.
think dolphins have it pretty good.
I don't know, man. It would suck to breathe air and have to live in the water. Come on. Like, they got the shitty end of a stick there.
They have enough time to have sex for fun, all right? I think dolphins are living the good life.
I mean, we have sex for fun.
But they don't have all these fucking responsibilities, right? They just get to find
You don't know
food.
that. Don't judge the dolphins.
Oh, fair
Speak
enough.
for yourself, Jeff. I have sex for pure business, all right?
What are you, a prostitute now?
Yes.
Times are tough in Hamilton there.
Yeah.
Had to get into prostitution.
It's Hamilton, Jeff. We're all prostitutes.
Now,
Wow.
Now, did you write off that? I mean, I'm not even arguing that point. I'm just
Things I learned about Hamilton.
glossing right over that.
You know you left that life behind.
Right. To be fair, I don't miss the STDs. That's
I miss you.
Jesus. What the fuck was I gonna say? Oh, was writing off sex part of your writing off fun crap that you talked about last week?
Oh no, that's okay. First of all, sober September is
It's over.
basically
It's done?
crashed and burned at this
Yeah,
point.
I figured you wouldn't last long.
One of our rules now is that we can't go looking for drinks. Drinks have to find us. So if anyone hands a drink to us, it's basically fair game.
So you're just handing drinks to each other.
No, that's one of the loopholes we're not allowed to abide. Sex is allowed. All right, if anything, it's exercise. So there you go.
Sex like with the alcohol or
Yes, sex. Yeah, fuck.
because I feel like that's not how you get pregnant.
God, I wish I was a dolphin.
What? No, I don't wish I was anything that's not human. Maybe eagle. Maybe eagle. They get to fly. And
What
they have
animal?
no
What animal
natural
do you think has it the
predators.
best?
Other than humans.
I would definitely say eagle because like they have no natural predators and they get to fly. Plus, like they're the symbol of freedom, man. Like,
Yeah, but they don't know that.
so they'll fucking need to know that. They know how fucking free they are. Look at those free ass motherfuckers flying up there in the sky.
An eagle isn't flying to its 9 to 5 being like, oh, man, I'm so free.
No, an eagle
So
is
free right now.
an eagle is flying over an animal and being like, I want to eat that today, and whoop, and now they eat it. Like that's the fucking life, man. To fly anywhere you want. You don't have to worry about anything else trying to kill you. And you just kill everything else.
I think I agree. I mean, eagle is not the animal I'd want to be most, but I think I agree with you that an eagle or a bird of prey probably has it the best because you could just...
Okay, well, you guys are assuming with your big dumb human knowledge, all right? Do you think an eagle knows it's at the top of the food chain?
Well,
it has
of course
no idea.
not.
It doesn't know what a food chain is.
I think
it might
does.
live in constant fear of some unknown like
I think an eagle
bird
knows it's
hunter.
at the top of the food chain. I mean, like, I think if you look up and every time you look up, there's nothing above you, and every time you look down, you're like, I can fucking take that shit out easy. You know you're on the top of the food chain. There's like animal instincts. Like, there's a reason a bear knows it can take out that deer. Like, it's not like they're intelligent in what they are. Like they can't be like, oh, 8 times 8 is whatever the fuck 8 times 8 is. I should have picked a smaller number. But like, but like they know what they can do as an animal. Like like the eagle's flying and it's like that salmon ain't got shit on me. Like it's not gonna be like, oh my god, a salmon. Like
right, but an eagle sees a bear and it's like, I don't know about that one. I might.
No,
you
I
know
think
what?
the eagle
Guys,
sees the
I
bear
might
and
pass.
I think the eagle sees the bear and the eagle goes, I could take that motherfucker out if I wanted to, but it's really big and not worth the effort, and just flies away. And it's like, it's not going to do shit to me. I'm faster than it. I can get out of the way. I can fly above it. I can sit there and taunt it just out of reach for as long as I want to until it gets tired and fucking keels over because of how tired it is. Fucking rope-a-dope the shit out of that bear. Just Muhammad Ali, that fucker. The greatest of all time, the eagle.
I think you're overhyping eagles here. You really think an eagle could take out a bear?
I think if I was an eagle, I could take out a bear.
Leonardo DiCaprio couldn't take out a bear. Actually, he did. But...
Leonardo DiCaprio isn't a fucking eagle, is he?
Yeah, but I think Leo could take an eagle.
Leonardo
really take
DiCaprio
that
wasn't
bear.
even smart enough to realize he could fit on the fucking door. Never mind fucking take out a bear. He's not the pinnacle of fucking bear hunting.
Do you think Michael Vick could take out a bear?
Jesus. Only if he had a bunch of dogs with him.
Only if he had other bears.
See, because he was an eagle? Get it? Anyway.
I would have gone with Donovan McNabb there.
Yeah, that would have been much better. Why did I say Michael Vick?
Yeah, I don't know.
Fucking left-handed dog beater.
Question is, could Michael Vick outrun a bear?
Well, I don't know. Which bear?
There's only one way to find out.
Like, could he outrun Walter Payton? See, because he was a bear. Get it? Anyway.
Shit.
I would have gone with Devin Hester.
Ah, fuck, that also.
Anyway, why the fuck are we talking about eagles and bears and lions? Oh my.
I don't remember.
Anyway,
Why do you always make us backtrack?
I'd be an eagle. If
Okay.
I could pick any
Sam
animal.
wants to be a dolphin.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't have time to think.
Oh,
First
okay.
of all, you know,
So now
I
you're
picked like
changing your
Siberian
answer.
tiger. I think that'd be cool.
But okay, do you get to change your gender too? Because like male tigers are
Whatever
fucking
floats
useless.
your boat, man.
Because no, like male tigers are fucking useless. All
Yeah,
they do
you
is
wanna
lay
be-
around and
If
sleep.
you're going to be a tiger, you want to be the female.
Right.
If you're a lion, you want to be the male. You just get to
useless?
sit around.
Yeah, male tigers don't do shit. They're fucking nothing. They
Yeah.
just sit there
Exactly. Yeah, they sunbathe.
and get their fucking asses kicked on the regular by the female tigers. Like, the female tigers just walk up and they're like, yo, I'm gonna fight you. And they're like, oh, please don't. And then they fight them.
What?
And they're like, oh, fuck.
No, shut up. I've seen BBC Life. All right, David Attenborough told me himself. He looked me in the eye and said, that male tiger right there could kill this female and her entire family if she doesn't, you know,
Kill
Put
him
out.
first? Like, what?
it's a power struggle, all right? And the male tiger, you know, he could choose to be a huge family-killing dick, or he could just sunbathe. And that'd be me. Sunbathing tiger.
That's your choice in life. You could
Yo,
be
that's the episode of Winnie the Pooh they didn't show you.
where Tigger becomes a family-killing dick.
Exactly.
Wow.
And he
Tigger-
runs faster than a bear, so there you go.
When Tigger realizes he's a fucking tiger and eats the rest of them, it's like,
Shit.
he's like, wait a minute, why am I living with a piglet? What the fuck is this shit?
Well, you could say that about Winnie too. I mean, he's a bear.
True.
I mean,
Yo, I think
bears don't-
Kanga has the best.
But
Yo.
bears don't eat piglets.
Why have we never talked about this Winnie the Pooh death match? Who goes home the winner?
if they were the animal they actually are, is what you're saying, right?
Well, we're not talking about if they're
Because obviously
stuffed
Winnie the
animals,
Pooh
'cause-
loses to everybody on this show because he's just this oafish
Now,
moron.
now, if we turn them into the animals, do they still
Right.
have the mentality of the characters, even though they're now
like
the
a
actual-
giant
No,
bear
I
that's
say-
just
I
like,
say they-
"Oh, bother."
No, they gain the instinct, like Animorph style. They're animals that anamorph into more animals.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but is there not an owl on
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
I
he's a
feel
big
like-
wise owl.
I
Yeah.
feel like the owl wins because it just flies, and nothing gets to it. It just
No,
flies
it's
higher
got,
than everyone
no,
else.
it's to the death. Like it's gotta. It's
Yeah, I know. It just outlasts everyone.
It's
No,
to the death
like-
match, but you can fly away from it.
Yeah, like
it's a cage match. All right, he can fight
so he can
whoever's
fly to the
left.
top of the fucking cage.
What and do what?
Chill there. Be like, hey,
For how long?
until the other thing dies.
Okay, no, okay. It's a cage match, but they have sponsors. All right, they gotta do their job, or else they're losing sponsorship and they don't get to eat that night.
Also, does Tigger keep that thing with his tail where he can bounce on it? 'Cause if
Yes,
he does,
absolutely.
That's a game changer.
Then I mean,
Absolutely.
he can catch that owl and he just shreds it apart.
Okay, they gain the size, the instinct of the animal of their choosing, but they retain all abilities. so
Well, what
I
is
guess
Winnie the
Pooh gets to
Pooh's
keep
ability?
his shirt.
Winnie
He
the
gets a
Pooh's
red
cr-
shirt.
Winnie the Pooh's ability is that his best friend is a fucking human, so he can just be like, "Bro,
Yes. Oh
you know that,
shit!
You know that
yeah.
gun in your dad's gun cabinet? You bring that shit out here."
Yeah,
Apparently
no, the
Winnie the
biggest
Pooh's
monster
ghetto
of
now.
all, man. Christopher Robin comes in riding Pooh with his newfound Carnage Bear abilities. And over there, in the other corner's Tigger, a giant, fully grown Siberian tiger doing flips and shit, landing on his tail.
It's just like this big, like,
This sounds like
starting
a-
entrance thing.
Sounds
Tigger's
like a
doing like these.
PlayStation 2 game.
Tigger's doing like these flips on his tail, like showboating and shit, and going, I'm ready to do this. And then just like Winnie the Pooh rides in, and Christopher Robin on top of him, sitting there watching. Tigger's doing these flips. Christopher Robin just pulls out a shotgun. Next.
Now,
Tigger's just done.
Okay,
another game
a
changer
shotgun
could
is
be-
not a human's natural ability, alright?
a shotgun arm.
That's...
What the fuck is then? Our natural ability
So
is the
it's a
fucking,
bit
is
of
the
a
fact
stretch.
that we have tools and we've invented weapons. That's the only
We
reason
adapt.
we're fucking useful for anything. Like, let's be real. If you put a human
a
in
shotgun
deathmatch
is
with
like an
any
extension
animal,
of your arm.
Name a fucking animal that is like bigger than like a fucking rodent that would lose to a human if we couldn't use tools in a fight. Right? See? Nobody.
What is
You
Rue
ain't got
gonna
shit.
do?
I don't know. Hop?
I'd say Kanga has a fair chance.
Kangaroos are fucking deadly, man. They'll kick the shit
They
out of you.
can, but and this leads me to my point. You put Eeyore in the corner, facing away from everybody. Anybody tries to go near him, he kicks them. Fucking breaks their face open.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Right? Eeyore
Except
has a
the
fighting
owl.
chance here.
Except the owl. The owl comes down and just claws out Eeyore's eyes.
Maybe.
Right?
Maybe. That might be the only one if Eeyore's facing the other way. If he's facing towards him, I mean, he's a fucking donkey. He's not going to be able to do anything. But turn
Yeah,
him
but the
around,
best offense is a good defense.
right? That big leg kick that donkeys and horses do, where they're just like, boom. They're finished.
I feel like he has one good KO from that though, and everyone else is kind of gonna catch on after that. Like Tigger's gonna be showboating. He's gonna be like, "Oh, what's this fucking donkey over here? This depressed shit." And he's gonna walk over, get his ass just handed to him by this big like 1-2 KO kick. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh shit," and then just not go near that donkey for the rest of the match. Or at
Imagine
least
a
wait till
real-
he turns around.
Imagine a real looking tiger with Tigger's voice, though.
I'm gonna eat your face.
Thank you for that.
What do
Thank
you
you for
want?
that image.
Hey, Winnie the Pooh. I'm a Tigger. Anyway.
Now, what about rabbit? Because like I feel like this is an underrated option. Because like it could like bury under the ground. And
What's gonna do? Nibble my bum?
well, this thing's coming up from the ground and popping up and like.
And what was that sound? Bones breaking? It's a rabbit chomp. It's not like a iron vice.
No, but see, this is the thing. It digs under the ground, comes up, pops up, bites you, goes back under. Now you catch diseases because you're in a fucking jungle. And then like this open wound that you
jungle?
have, and nobody can repair the wound because none of them have opposable thumbs. So they're just like, oh fuck, I'm gonna die from disease. Cause like,
Jeff, is this your first death match?
If there's one thing we all know from long-term death matches, it's that disease kills more than fucking people. And
Fair
things.
enough. But why are we in a jungle suddenly?
Because why the fuck wouldn't we be in a jungle? These are all
There's
jungle
the
animals.
100-acre woods in like New England.
Yeah, but we're changing everything into like fucking realistic here. These animals ain't gonna be fucking chilling in a
So
forest.
it's a cage match in the jungle.
Right.
Remember
Okay.
when Undertaker was in a Hell in the Cell match and Ultimate Warrior stabbed him with a syringe and said,
Fuck that, remember?
I'll play the long game on this one. I'm just going to hang back and wait for the disease to kick in.
Remember the Rumble in the Jungle? That type of thing. They put a fucking cage in the jungle.
Remember when Undertaker threw Mankind off of the cage onto
Yes!
a
Onto
table
a
full of
19 feet onto an announcer table.
onto a table full of syringes?
By God, he
just
killed
chock
him.
full of
He's
diseases.
dead.
My God, he poisoned him. My God.
By God, he's
I-
dead. Get that man a doctor.
He had a family, but don't let him go near him.
Somebody stop the damn match.
Get him
Right,
some
wow.
penicillin.
Who has the antidote? The antidote. Anyway,
By God, it's in Undertaker's head.
what's the thing
So
you
saw
say?
match now.
Fucking hipsters.
Fucking hipsters, right? Fuck. I'm gonna close this off with one simple statement here. New couples are fucking gross.
New couples.
New couples, like
Agreed.
fresh, like
Yeah.
just became a couples. They're fucking disgusting,
It's a bit
man.
much.
Right? Like,
As
fuck.
as half of a new couple myself, I strongly agree.
Oh,
just the worst.
It's just fucking gross. It's disgusting. Like they go on fucking Facebook and Twitter and they're like, "Look at me, I'm fucking happy," and you're like, "Fuck you, ain't gonna be happy in 3 weeks when you realize he's cheating on you with your sister." Like
Wow. Damn.
I don't know why.
Harsh.
I don't know why I took it there. It's just.
You're right there, Jeff.
That was oddly specific.
It's just. It's like. I see all this and I feel like I want to like and I see these things where people post like their text conversations and they're like, oh, look at this, and I'm like, yo, it's a fucking game, man. He's like, everyone's just trying to make them like, if this is your first like 2 weeks of being a couple, you're still feeling each other out here, like this and they don't see that, they can't see past that, and you want to tell them just to like save them like the what's gonna come after those 3 weeks of wait, what is this? Like, who is this person that I don't actually know, but I thought I did for 2 weeks? Like, I don't know. They're just, they gross me out, man. New couples.
Who hurt you, Jeff?
You did.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
It's all
I'm
you.
sorry. I'm sorry. I
all
posted
you.
our cutesy text onto Facebook. I meant to ask you first.
Right on. Did you have to post the dick pic, though, too? Like, that's just...
He's looking for it right now.
Right? And anyway, on that note...
I'm
yeah, that's-
scrolling.
I just felt like that like ending it with that with a little bit of a grievance there, and like the worst part though on it is the couples that make their profile picture the exact same picture.
Oh, that's bad. I hate that.
That is so fucking annoying because it's like you're friends with both of them. Let's say you're in a group chat with both of them, right? Now you're trying to follow which one is talking, and it's the same picture that's popping up every time, and you're like, I don't know if this is Jim or Jimette. Like, also, if your name's Jimette, like,
So you heard it.
what?
So all you new couples in BC, stop it. Right?
Yeah, just
Cut it out.
stop. Just
Take
stop.
a minute.
Just realize you're
cut it out.
humans.
Go
Be normal.
go to the gym.
Oh well, don't do that. I mean, do
Don't-
that
okay,
because I
don't
won't
do
be
that.
there, so I won't have to put up with your shit because I ain't going back there. 10 out of 10. Will not go back. There we go. We brought it full circle. I think. I think that's. We'll end it where we started. All good things finish where they start. So,
and circles are what we're all about here because we ain't no squares on the Podvault.